I think you guys are really going to enjoy today's commentary. I'm going to have a lot of fun doing it. In the background, what you're going to be watching is a bunch of gameplays from Domination just mashed up together. Hope you enjoy that while I get into what I want to talk to you guys about today. And that is, why are we giving into North Korean hackers' demands about the release on Christmas Day of the movie The Interview? Now, if you guys are unaware, Seth Rogen and James Franco, I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware because a lot of people are familiar with Seth Rogen and James Franco in the younger crowd, demographics, because they come out with like Pineapple Express, Knocked Up, just to name a few. And now they were coming out with The Interview, of course, which was a parody where they get sent to North Korea on a secret CIA mission. I think they're reporters or something like that, and they're hired to kill their supreme douchebag leader, Kim Jong-un. And if you're ever hearing this or watching this, you're a douchebag. Douchebag. Anyway, so Sony canceled their Christmas release of The Interview, which in itself, I thought Christmas was kind of a weird release date for this movie to begin with. A lot of the times you think Christmas movies, you think feel-good movies like what they're coming out with, Unbroken, military movies, The American Sniper, or any kind of epic movies like Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, stuff like that. But they were releasing this movie during Christmas, and it was now canceled. And Sony canceled it because they said the reason they canceled. Now, there's different ways to look at this, because Sony says the reason they canceled it was because a majority of their exhibitors, the top theaters out there, were not going to show the film, and that includes Cinemark, AMC, Regal, big, theater companies weren't going to show the film. So, from a business standpoint, that makes a lot of sense that you would cancel the release, because that cuts right into your profits. You knew this movie was going to do pretty good, and then after all this hype, you know it's going to do really good. And then when theaters decide not to show it, your best bet is to cancel it and show it later, so you can recoup all those profits. Because if you release it now, you're really going to take a cut out of that. The movie can come out to not make enough money that you are more. It could make more money, and it might not make as much as you thought it would if you weren't to just keep release it on Christmas Day. So that's one theory. The other theory is they canceled it on Christmas Day because Sony, amidst them being hacked and all that by the North Korean hackers, and they're also saying nowadays they don't know if they were really North Korea said it wasn't them, that the hackers are, somebody else. It could be a disgruntled employee in front of their computer just playing the whole world like a puppet master with his strings. Who knows? So we really don't know. We're in the dark about a lot of this. The only people that know what's going on are the people that are directly involved, maybe the FBI, people like that. But right now, everybody's just making assumptions. So they don't really know if North Korean people even hacked into it. I believe they did. I think they're just kind of playing stupid now. They're realizing how big of an effect this is. And this is also, too, to me, is a cyber attack. It's an act of war. I mean, you're coming at us, hacking a company as big as Sony, and now you're dictating what's going on within that company. You're hurting their sales. I mean, this is big. This is big stuff, guys. So anyway, the other one is that the hackers, because they threatened a 9/11 style attack on movie theaters that were going to show the movie on Christmas Day, and they also issued death threats to all the Sony employees and actors involved with making the film, and that's the reason too why they canceled the film. Now, them canceling the film, it's caught a lot of backlash, to say the least. I mean, amidst all this, various Hollywood A-listers have chimed in. Of course, Judd Apatow, he also, he's a big comedy guy. He worked with Seth Rogen, and James Franco did Pineapple Express. He goes, I think it is disgraceful that these theaters are not showing The Interview. Will they pull any movie that gets an anonymous threat now? He also said, this only guarantees that this movie will be seen by more people on Earth than it would have before. Legally or illegal, all will see it. And I agree with that. I think now that this has all been out in the open, this movie's going to do really well. Whenever it does decide to hit theaters, or, they're thinking about putting it on Netflix now. They're not sure what platform it's going to come out. It will be released, but I think they should stick to their Christmas release date. I think this is bullshit that we're sitting here adhering to some hacker demands, or some dictator that doesn't even live here. Even President, Barack Obama said that we cannot have a society in which some dictator someplace can start imposing censorship in the United States, and I can't agree more with the president there. I think they should urge Sony and these theaters to play the movie. And what do we do? Because I know there's a double-edged sword here. You're saying, well, what if they play the movie and the theaters do get attacked, and all this does happen, and then people will be like, oh, you're irresponsible, we should not have shown it, we should have done this. We have to stick to our principles. We do not negotiate with terrorists. It's that simple. As soon as you start doing this, now anytime there's a movie that's controversial, which there's a lot of those in Hollywood, whether it's religious themed, politically themed, sexual, racial, now there's going to be people threatening to blow up the theaters, and now we're just going to start getting movies canceled left and right. And we cannot set that precedent. You can't. So you have to show it, and what we should do as Americans is make that movie do well. We should hire security companies in these theaters to make sure that everything goes over smoothly, get police out there, enforce, and stand up for our rights to do what we want as far as, you know, this whole censorship and creativity thing. I mean, this is just bad. And we really need to set a tone here, I think. And I think it's sad that Sony and all these theaters have pulled back of releasing this video on Christmas Day. You are indirectly letting them win. This is a win for them, and I think this is you're gonna see a lot of people starting to do this now. You know, if this is gonna work, it's gonna be domestic and foreign terrorism, cyber attacks, anything like that, where you're gonna start seeing people saying, okay, if we threaten a large enough population, maybe they might even threaten the Super Bowl. They'll cancel the Super Bowl. You know, who knows what's gonna go on now? And I think it's sad. I wish that we can, you know, come together as a nation, and I think the government should have got involved more too. I don't understand how the government just got involved after the fact. You know, as soon as Sony got hacked, I mean, that is an act of war. It's a cyber attack. Any way you look at it, this is a big company. A lot of big revenue comes through there. This is a staple of American culture as far as, you know, their picture company. This should be something that the government got involved with early on and said, okay, what's going on? What was hacked? How can we fix it? Who's the blame? You know, we got to find this stuff out. We shouldn't sit there and say, oh, let them take care of it, and now that it's on a national level where nobody can avoid it, now we have to get involved. That should have been something said about this a long time ago. That's just my opinion on that situation. But overall, I think that we should step up, show this movie, step up security. If not, you know, put up a website. Sony should make a website. If they're so concerned with the theaters, make a website, right? Have the movie on there, have people pay $1 to watch it. The $1 goes towards some kind of relief effort or something, and everybody can watch it online, have that security beefed up by FBI or something. You know, I don't know. It's possible, but they should do it. This is bullshit, and, you know, that's what I'm going to talk about. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about news, but this pertains to film, and I'm a big film buff, so whenever there's anything to do with film, I'm going to cover it here. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this rant. I hope you feel the same way. If you do, let me know in the comments section below. Thanks for everything, guys, your views, your support, and all that. This is NESSINATOR1 saying I appreciate it all, and I'm going to bring you guys some more stuff soon. Thanks, guys. I'm out.